Those of you who do your banking with Chase can rest easy knowing that they finally released their application for Android in the Android market after months of teasing us. And it's actually almost exactly like the iPhone version, except for the fact that you can't make quick pay payments. So other than that little shortcoming, just like the iPhone version, we have there's a demo of that on the post. If you guys want to see that, we'll have a link to that on the post. I would show you guys here, but I don't want you guys peeking into my bank account, so I won't. The game Spirit from iOS also made its way over to the Android platform this week, but unfortunately, you're going to have a 2.2 or later device to play it. Otherwise, you're just met with this message that you have no firmware in your phone. So TweetDeck's been updated recently, and it brings with it one very important feature: landscape view. Something a lot of people were missing in the beta versions of TweetDeck, but and then in the initial release. But we finally have it here. Whether you have a keyboard or not, you will be able to view TweetDeck in landscape. Not sure why it took so long, but hey, better late than never. And we're just happy to see it. So go ahead and download it, version 1.0.3 in the Android market right now. The folks at ThickButtons have updated their beta application to 0.9, and it brings with it some more languages to use the application with. And for Froyo users, you get that voice search button. I'm here on ThickButtons right now, but as you can see, that voice search button, that voice input button isn't there because I'm not on Froyo. I'm actually on Eclair, because this is a Galaxy S phone, and you guys know how that works. So, but if you're on Froyo, you should see that new microphone button popping up somewhere on the keyboard whenever you download the updated version in the market now, called ThickButtons. And let's see, just give you guys a demo, short demo of it if you haven't already played with it. I want to show you guys how you can add actually text to the dictionary, and it actually picks that up in ThickButtons too. And I know it's such a brain dead feature that you expect any alternative keyboard to have, but some of them just don't adapt to words, and ThickButtons does it just fine. So that's ThickButtons version 0.9 in the Android market right now. FlightTrack Pro 4.0 is in the Android market now, and it brings with it a nice UI overhaul with a few new features. And I've had a little bit of time to play with it. I don't travel often, so haven't had that much use for it. But what I have played with it, from what I see, everything looks awesome here. It gives you up-to-date information on your flight, what time it lands, what time it leaves, if it's late, early, what gate it left from, where your bags are going to be. And even if the flight is en route, it will show you how far in the air you are, how far to your destination you have to go, and just everything you would possibly want to know. And then they have a forecast of a percentage of you're going to be on time, or you're going to be late, 30 minutes late, 15 minutes late. So you kind of get a good visual look at where you are. If you're going to be on time, you can alert your friends and family ahead of time if there's a delay. I suppose if you're on a Wi-Fi connection sitting on the airplane, you can do that. And then they give you kind of a look at the map of where you're going. So I guess this flight's going to Hawaii, actually, yeah. So you can actually see where you are. So right now, if I were on this flight, I would be over the ocean. This is pretty cool just to know where you're at. It's not particularly useful. You can't really do anything on this screen here. You can look at the forecast, weather forecast, and everything like that for wherever you're going or coming from. But yeah, this is not really that useful. Just something cool they added. Doesn't hurt to have. And then here you can just kind of look at the seat map, see where you're sitting, how many seats are on the plane, and where the exits are. And then they have the ability to call the airline, and they actually put the little parameters here for you to get straight to a representative and not have to go through pressing buttons, because we know how much of a pain that could be, especially if you're rushing through an airport, which you likely are if you're going to be using this app. So OpenFate just informed everyone that they've added 8 new games to the Android market with OpenFate support, and those include Frogger, Bomberman, and a few others. Some I haven't really heard of, but I hear they're quite decent games, and actually a lot of them have come from iOS recently. Word Mix was another. I believe, what else? I think Kilgore Castle. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that, but I think that was one. But 8 new games, and they said they have over 300 more in the works. So that brings the total up to 100 games now. OpenFate just doing an awesome job of getting the Android gaming scene going and getting a lot of excitement from developers, and that shows in the fact that they have over 300 new games coming in, I guess, over the course of the next year, I would suppose. But yeah, that's awesome. So go ahead and download Fate Spotlight to check out these new games. Froggers, $4.99. Most of these games are going to cost you, but hey, that's the price you pay for quality games. You can't get everything for free, so be sure to check these out if they even look remotely interesting. QR codes for most of the apps featured in today's Appcast can be found in the post below, or you can just head to the Android Market, search for them, or go to GetJar, look for them, and get downloading. So until next Friday, see you guys. Peace.